Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 10 tricks to stop being awkward. Now, let's begin. Number 1, the funny side. Awkward moments don't have to be embarrassing. A social misfire may feel like the end of the world, like the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But it's not. It only feels awkward because you treat each awkward moment like a personal failure. You put so much pressure on yourself to succeed socially, so you feel devastated whenever you fail. Hey, if you want to stop being awkward, take a lighter approach. An awkward moment is not a monumental failure. It's not humiliating or pathetic. It's a small mistake that everyone makes. So instead of criticizing yourself, try to laugh at yourself. Treat each awkward moment like a funny story that you'll tell later in life. These moments are nothing but learning experiences. You have to mess up before you get better. So, change your attitude toward awkwardness. Take each embarrassing moment with a grain of salt. It may feel like a disaster, but it's just a mistake. Number 2, break the tension. How do you connect with people without getting awkward? What can you do to break the tension in the air? Compliments are underrated. If you want to make a real connection with someone, be genuine and positive. Compliment their personality, their appearance, or their behavior. The key here is specificity. That means the more specific you are, the more meaningful that your compliment will be. All right, let's say you see a stranger help someone in need. You could bond with this stranger by saying, "Hey, I thought it was really kind how you helped that person." A compliment does two things. First, it wins them over. People like to hear praise and affirmation, so a compliment gets you in their good graces. Second, a compliment builds a positive bridge between you. It creates a faster connection. Why? Well, because you're boosting the other person's confidence. You're helping them feel comfortable around you. When they feel comfortable, the tension breaks and those awkward moments just melt away. Number 3. Busy your brain. What do you do at parties and social events? Do you stand around wishing you could go home? Do you spend the whole night racking your brain? If you feel lost in social settings, well, here's a trick you can use to stop being awkward. Instead of wandering around a social event, be the host. The host of any event has a lot to do. Planning activities, refilling snacks and drinks, keeping tabs on guests. Hosting is a busy job, but that may be exactly what you need. You're the most awkward when you don't know what you're supposed to do, right? You stand around waiting for something to happen. You overthink and overanalyze, and that makes you 10 times more awkward. So if you give yourself something to do, your thoughts will be occupied. Your brain will be busy hosting. Social interactions will be the least of your worries, and you'll approach strangers with confidence because you're too busy to care. Now, as intimidating as it sounds, host a party or event of your own. Take an active role in your social life. If you keep your mind occupied, you'll socialize with purpose and confidence. Number 4, a strange conversation. Do you struggle to start conversations? The beginning of a conversation is the hardest part. It feels impossible to pull topics out of thin air, but what if you don't have to? This trick gives you an all-purpose conversation starter. So the next time you go to a social event, make a statement with your appearance. Wear something crazy and unique. Don't be afraid to look weird or bizarre, because those statement pieces make the best conversation starters. If you're wearing something strange, people will ask you about it. A strange item gives strangers an easy avenue to engage with you. They'll ask you where you got it or what it means. But no matter what they say, you've passed the first roadblock. You've started talking. And when you've made it that far, you're home free. Number 5, quiet confidence. What do you do when you're feeling insecure? Many people overcompensate. They try to be confident, but instead they're arrogant and self-obsessed. They brag and boost their own ego, thinking other people will respect their confidence. But this kind of confidence drives people away. Pride and self-respect are important, but they can push people away. That's why the best kind of confidence is quiet confidence. Someone with quiet confidence values their ideas and opinions, but they keep those ideas to themselves. Most people aren't interested in what you have to say, even if it is interesting. But if someone takes an interest, don't be afraid to speak up. Tell your stories and share your experiences. Speak confidently about your goals and interests. If you want to stop being awkward, stay confident on the inside, but reserved on the outside. Number 6. Honest feedback. Are you an awkward person? Many people don't know. If this sounds like you, ask for a second opinion. Consult a friend who sees you on a regular basis and ask for their opinion. Emphasize that you want their honest, unabridged feedback. You're trying to improve, so sugarcoating won't do you any favors. You may not like what you hear, but don't get defensive. If you want to stop being awkward, you need thick skin. Otherwise, you'll never change. If you think you're perfect, I've got news for you. You're not. You may have blind spots that you didn't know existed. You may create awkward moments by accident. A second opinion may reveal your blind spots and help you change for the better. But you have to keep an open mind. Number 7. People watching. Reading people isn't easy. It's a complicated process that requires patience, practice, and a sharp eye. But what's the best way to practice? Sit down in a public space and watch the people in your environment. Look closely. Watch their body language. Try to figure out what's going on in their lives. If you're at a restaurant, watch how two people eat together. Are they friends or a couple? Are they having a good time? How can you tell? Now look at someone walking down the streets. What mood are they in? Do they look happy, sad, angry? People watching is a simple activity that you can do almost anywhere. With enough practice, you'll understand complex cues, body language, and social signs. You'll get a better read on the people around you. That way, you can socialize smoothly and naturally. Number 8. External recognition. We want other people to like us. We want them to recognize and appreciate our individual strengths. So we try to show them how great we can be. We sell them our personalities, hoping they'll like what they see. But this mindset makes you even more awkward. You're trying to satisfy the expectations of others, expectations that don't actually exist. All right, let's say you have a good sense of humor. You want people to like you, so you make jokes constantly. You want to prove to everyone in the room that you're a funny person, but no one expects you to be funny. No one needs you to entertain them. So if you want to stop being awkward, just change your focus. Stop advertising your personality. Instead, be happy, be comfortable, be a positive influence on the lives of others. You could listen more and talk less. You could give people your undivided attention. You could ask open-ended questions and give positive reinforcement. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what specific techniques you use. If people smile around you, you have nothing to worry about. Number 9. The social buffer. Small talk is widely disliked. To many people, it seems pointless. It's treated like a waste of time. Why? Well, because you rarely make deeper connections with other people. But small talk is not useless. It plays a critical role in your social success. Small talk is a buffer. It gives you the chance to gauge another person's interest and investment. You ask basic questions to see if you have things in common. Now, small talk is like standing in the shallow end of a pool. You could dive right into the deep end, but the water may be freezing cold. Instead, you slowly wade in the shallow end. If the water is cold, you can stop, but if the water's warm, you can dive deeper. Strangers test the waters with small talk. If they get along, they gradually open up to each other. If not, they can go their separate ways. Small talk, in other words, lowers the risk of getting hurt. So change your attitude towards small talk. People rely on small talk to protect themselves. It may not be your favorite thing in the world, but small talk can help you in the long run. Number 10. The mountain of change. Should you be the life of the party? Normally, you keep to yourself. You hide on the sidelines, yet you expect yourself to flourish in the spotlight, to become the center of attention. Why do you hold yourself to such a high standard? Let's say I told you to climb to the top of Mount Everest. Would you? No, you wouldn't even try, because my expectations are unreasonably high. But what if I asked you to walk to your kitchen? Would you? Maybe, because my expectations are realistic, they're doable. I'm not expecting something impossible or out of character. Socializing works the same way. To stop being awkward, make small, manageable changes. Don't try to climb a mountain, set realistic goals, and you just might follow through. Hey, thanks for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.